Top of the top, good morning. Hope everybody is cooling. I'm up real early. What some things on my mind this morning. Just want to talk about it. Because I'm noticing in the world we live in today, you can't really talk about real shit no more without it becoming a huge debate or a platform for controversy and just all kind of fuckery as a result of it. So at least I can always be real with myself, and this is why I don't have discussions often with people, because truth is not welcomed unless it's a truth that they want to hear. If it ain't the truth they want to hear, then it becomes a problem. The thing I like about honesty and truth is that it's not set on comfortability. And I tell everybody that, like, the truth doesn't give a fuck about how you feel about it. It's going to be what it is. You adjust around it. Right? So, for starters, I read an article a little while ago about a couple that's getting married, and they have been together for some years, and the night of the bachelorette party, the bride received several texts from a woman she didn't know that was dealing with her soon-to-be husband. It was like pictures given to her from recent and years ago, so it was like to confirm that not only have I always been here, I'm still here type shit. And this is all the night before this woman's about to get married. This shit crazy, right? And the bridesmaids are like, you know, stressing. Fuck that shit, we gonna get fucked up type shit. Like, call the wedding off, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. She's in her feelings, but she manages to present a face of resilience to say, no, everything's fine. We're going to, you know, go on with the show. And so everyone thought, at least those who knew what was going on, that that's what was going to go on. We're going to go on with the fucking show. And the show it is. Because we all know all this shit is an act. And that's why I don't really, not to sidetrack, but that's why I don't really consider ever being married, because to me it's all a circus act. It really is. Who are we marrying? Each other or the motherfuckers who came to see the show? But anyway, so homegirl wakes up next morning. They are dressed out, get dressed, beautiful day. Proceeds to go through with the ceremony. Father walks her down the aisle. Husband reads the vows. Says the vows and all that. Like, yeah. Everything I said, I really mean it. I really mean it. Sure. And it was after, I believe, if I'm correct, he said his vows. This woman turns her phone around to the audience and says to them, there will be no wedding today. Now, I was a little thrown back because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with a phone walking down the aisle? That part right there just disturbed the shit out of me, because it just shows the level of where we as people are when it comes to being noticed, or even just the obsession with, you know, coverage and image. So that's a whole nother, you know, that's horse of a different color. But yet and still, that's what happened, right? So she proceeds, you know, of course there's going to be silence in the audience, because I see some shit like that at a wedding. I'm going to be like, wow. No, yeah, it won't be no silence. Don't invite Coco to your wedding. Because shit like that go on in your wedding, bitch. I ain't going to be sitting there like mum's the word. I'm going to be like, wow. Got to be more careful. And you know I'm going to do that. So if you're inviting me to your wedding, means you know me well enough to know this shit better go accordingly. Because if it don't, and no, you won't get the chance to do that shit at mine because I'm not getting married. But, needless to say, I'm looking like, damn, shorty reads the text, all the messages that the young lady sent her. And, you know, I asked myself, the whole point of me even sharing this, right? I asked myself, in a situation like that, let's be real women. Now I'm talking to the real women who could look the ugly truth in the face. Because, see, a lot of you bitches only want to recognize shit when it's somebody else's fault, right? Everybody want to tell a bitch when she was wrong. Do you have that same energy to tell yourself when you wrong? Only the realists do that. And there's a lot of you bitches who ain't real, right? I know, because of your life and the way you proceed through life. You're not real, right? But I said, you know, no judgment. Because we all go through shit, and I understand. Niggas is niggas. I get it, bitch. You hurt. I get it. But at what point, if a bitch can send you pictures from years ago up until a week before you married your soon-to-be husband, your fiance, at what point can you honestly say you didn't have an idea? I see, and that's what frustrates me about this new woman that exists. It has nothing to do with age. It's just the personality of this new woman that is the face of what women, or who women have become or are. You're going to tell me for this duration of time, despite getting the information the night before your wedding, you had no inclination as a woman that this a possibility this motherfucker was doing something? Yeah, you did. This is what happens in those situations. This is why you reap what you sow is real niggas. Unfortunately, she knew. She knew way back when. Even if she didn't know it was that particular female, this is not behavior that just happens overnight. You knew he been doing him and doing shit like this for a while. What happens is these women convince themselves out of insecurity that they gonna be the last bitch standing, right? I'm the ride or die bitch, right? I'm gonna prove it by putting up with you through all this bullshit that I know damn well I shouldn't have put up with, to say, watch I get the name and the title wife. And this is the reason why I don't want to get married. Because if y'all women will allow yourselves to be so disrespected, so misused and abused and just treated poorly to hope to gain the title of legal wife, then what honor and significance does that title even have anymore? You lost all of you to be a part of him, knowing he's still doing him. Get your priority. It takes a real right woman to understand what I'm saying right now. Some of y'all women out here are just so damsel in distress type. And I'm not being overly critical because I am independent by default. And also because that's what I was taught to be from my mother and father, you know. So when I see women, and again, I'm not criticizing the emotional attachment one has to another individual. I am a Leo. I understand emotions. Love is such on a higher realm for Leo. So I get that. But what I don't get is stupidity and being naive and just straight fucking acting like this is a Disney movie and everything gonna work like it did in Cinderella. No, it's not. And then when that tragedy hit, who's mad? I'm a real bitch. If I realize along the course of my way in dealing with somebody I love, I made a left, I immediately bust a sharp right. Once I figure it out, I don't give a fuck how much I love the person, how much it hurts to admit that I was out here looking stupid. Yes, bitch, you was. Move on. Or will you continue to tell yourself, no, you're not. I'm gonna mind fuck the shit out of myself today. No, I was not stupid. He really does love me. Look, see, he's home for now. And then a lot of y'all, unfortunately, are just too weak. It takes a lot to rely and make sure that you are the person getting it done solely. That is not a walk in the park, because if it was, every person, whether male or female, especially if you have kids, would be doing it just like that. No, it's not. That bag is heavy. Specifically, I can speak only for a single mother because I'm a female. Being a single parent in general and holding down a full-time job, and God only knows if you were like me, working full-time and in school full-time, and you a full-time parent. But yet you have a lot of people out here who are very weak, and they complain about shit that people like me and other people like me is looking like, word? That's the kind of woes you have? Must be nice. So word of advice I want to give women, if I could give you anything, is like that damsel in distress. Oh my God, look what he did to me. I was so loyal for years. Look how he hurt me. That's not gaining you no points. Nowhere. With nobody. Everybody got a story, man. Nobody wants to hear yours. Especially when you're starting to sound too much like the fucking victim. It's one thing to have empathy. It's another thing with, bitch, I'm not giving you no sympathy for some shit. As a grown woman, you probably already saw the signs of and ignored. Pull your grown woman drawers up. It is what it is.